Hey everyone, this is Gabe Stefan with Astro Talk, and I'm doing monthly horoscope videos for February 2020, and this one pertains to the sign of Scorpio Suns and Scorpio Risings. Ooh, okay, so Scorpios. So you all right now intensely been absorbing a lot of information, whether information in regards to your environment, the people you connect with. It could be like your neighbors, siblings, or just your community itself that you live in or you reside in or where you operate in all the time. Also, too, this is definitely a time where, especially if you're like learning, anything that involves learning, if you're in school for work or just for your own interests, you're able to retain a lot of information. It's what I see right now. You're able to retain a lot of information in regards to whatever you're learning or whatever you're observing too. Okay, because Scorpios, you're all observant, very observant of your environment and the people and how they operate. So I definitely see that going on. And first I want to bring up is Venus. I'm going to talk about Venus first here, because Venus is your relationship planet. And Venus right now is making great aspects. So right now, this is a good time to be making good connections with people in your environment, especially in terms of retrieving information for your future or retrieving information for like your goals, your long-term commitments. It's a good way to connect with people and to build a network for you. This is a really good time right now, especially the past couple weeks, going into, I would say, the first week of February. Now, once Venus enters your 6th house on February 8th, 9th, or depending on your chart, it'll enter your 6th house when it comes to your work, your service to others, your physical health, your daily routine, even enemies, because I know that some of y'all Scorpios, y'all like to have frenemies. And there's going to be some challenges occurring, okay, in the second half of the month, what I see, especially in regards to your relationships. And the thing is, what I see is I would say, especially in the second half of February, there's going to be times where you're going to need to take a break from absorbing so much information and being, a social butterfly. There's going to be times where you're going to need to take a break, because Venus does represent your mental health planet to your spirituality planet. There's going to be times where you do need to take a break and process all that information instead of just absorbing everything and taking in everything. Now it's time to process it. There's going to be times where you're going to need to process what's been going on in your environment and what's been going on with your, with close friends and things of that nature, your siblings. There's going to be times where you're going to need to process quite a few things, and I recommend that. Like taking a break from your learning lessons, taking a break from always being so out in the world and, connecting with everyone and knowing their business and things like that. There's going to be times where you're going to need to take a break from that, okay? Or you may, I don't want to say have a mental breakdown, not a mental breakdown, but it'd be a mental overload is what I would say. So I would say that, there's going to be times where you're going to need to take a break from that, okay? That's one. And sorting out your facts, okay? 2, Mercury. It will be coming out of your 4th house, your personal life, And it would be moving into your 5th house, into your creative part of your life, your romantic interests, your fun house, your, children, or anything of that nature. Mercury will go retrograde in that house. And I feel like, okay, so Mercury enters your 5th house February 3rd. It goes retrograde in the same house February 16th. Yeah, February 16th. And if you're a creative or some kind of artist of that nature, whether, any kind of artist, there can be some creative blocks during that time. So be flexible with how you're taking risk and how you're creating material or creating a hobby or anything that creates art. I would say, not take it easy, but just be patient with yourself during that time. Also, it will go back into your 4th house eventually. So, with your personal life too, just be patient with, any home things that happen, anything that involves, with family, especially if there's miscommunication and things like that. Be patient with that too. Okay. And then back to work, your daily routine. So all the information you're absorbing and facts and you processing that, there's going to be a lot of focus. There's going to be a lot more intense focus going into that in the second half of the month. So it's going to pertain to work in your daily routine as well. So definitely, I would say there's times where you feel like you're getting information overload, or there's a lot going on in your environment, or certain things pop up even with close friends or people that you are around all the time. Just, be patient. Take the time you need to yourself sometimes too. And let that be known. And yeah, that's all I pretty much see for Gemini. I was going to say Gemini. So I'm thinking of 3rd house. So Gemini, there's a lot of Gemini thing going on here. But for Scorpios, this is what's been going on as I look at the chart. And then make sure too with your relationships. Last thing I want to point out, especially for this month, because there's going to be challenges with relationships. Make sure, because Scorpios, you're all about receiving. Make sure you're receiving the love that you deserve. Make sure you're receiving, the affirmation, the joy and happiness that you deserve. Don't settle for less. Don't manipulate it either. Talking to y'all Scorpios, because I know some of y'all love to manipulate situations. This is not the time to be manipulating stuff. Trust me. Especially Uranus being your 7th house. If you're trying to manipulate and control situations, Uranus is going to set them people free from you. That's what I see, and that's what I'm seeing in the chart. Just putting it out there because I know y'all love to manipulate situations and make sure it goes your way. Uranus being your 7th house, I repeat. For you rising Scorpios and Scorpio Suns, I repeat. If you're trying to control people and trying to control situations with people, especially when it comes to your romantic partners and business partners, best believe it, Uranus is going to cut them out very quickly because they're going to be the ones who wants freedom. That's the last word I'm going to leave for y'all Scorpios. But otherwise, I'm not saying that to be mean or anything, but I'm just saying that keeping it real. Okay? But if you are not manipulating situations, Uranus is going to definitely rise the relationships for you in a better manner, and it's going to be so much better for you, especially going into March. So just putting that out there for you, okay? All right, you Scorpios. Like, subscribe, comment, share, follow me on IG at Gabe Stefan, and I'll definitely see y'all in the next video. Okay, ciao.